Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Bobby, aka Paginator, and I am here today with a new tag that I have created myself. So this is original tag, technically. I have adapted an existing tag and added things of my own and twisted it in my own different way. So I need to give a shout out to the original creators of the first part of this tag, and that is ReadLikeWilfire and Beccathebookreviewer, who created the You're Not Good Enough book tag that was going around BookTube last year sometime. And what I've done is started with their original questions and then added a bunch more of my own to create a Harry Potter version of this. And the way it's going to work is for each question I'm going to draw 2 Harry Potter characters out of my little jar here, and I'm going to decide which one of those would best answer the question. And the one that answers the question will go in the keep pile, and the one that does not answer the question goes in the throwaway pile. And I'm going to keep going until I'm down to 2 characters, and we shall see who is the greatest wizard of all time. Now, I hope that made sense. I kind of took part of what these 2 ladies have done, and then an idea that I saw someone do with Game of Thrones characters, where they did this working down to 2 characters left. I think that was G from Book Roast that I saw do that a while ago. Anyway, so here is the Harry Potter You're Not Good Enough book tag. I have placed 32 names in this jar, so if you're interested in doing this, you need 32 for the number of questions that I have. And after the first original 15 questions, all of the questions that I wrote are very Harry Potter centric. So let us begin. Question number 1. You have only one more spot on your spelling bee team. Who would you pick to complete your team? And I have Lily Potter and Bellatrix Lestrange. That's easy. I'm getting rid of Bellatrix because she's awful, and Lily Potter is awesome, and just those 2 are completely opposite, and I don't want Bellatrix around any further than I have to let her be. Further longer. I swear I know English. When teachers go on vacation, their brains go poo-hoo. So, sorry. I do know how to say words. All right, question number 2. Both characters want to kill you. Which one would you kill first so you have a better chance of surviving? And I have pulled out Draco Malfoy and Tonks. I feel like Tonks would be a better opponent, a stronger opponent who could defeat me more easily. So a wise person would say I would kill her first so that I could battle Draco. Yeah. I'm sorry, I love you, Tonks, but I would kill you first so that I could get rid of Draco myself. His name is not Draco. I am so sorry. Okay, question number 3. You're on The Bachelor or Bachelorette, and you're down to these 2 characters. Which are you giving your rose to? Peter Pettigrew or Remus Lupin? There is no way I am giving anything like a rose to freaking Peter Pettigrew. He should have been Ron should have killed him when he was still a rat. He is an awful person. Question 4. You've been chosen for the Hunger Games. Who would most likely volunteer in your place? I have Cedric Diggory or Seamus Finnegan. I think Cedric would most likely volunteer just because he's very noble and very brave, and he's gonna go for it. I should pause here for a second and say I'm going to try not to give any spoilers in this information, so bear with me. And I also want to say that I put Fred and George Weasley in as one character because I know they're 2 distinct people, but I just can't keep them separated in my mind. They have to be together, so cheating a little bit there. Question 5. You're stranded on an island. Which character would you sacrifice to engage in cannibalism? What a horrible question. Hermione Granger or Neville Longbottom? How do I choose? Dang it. I feel like Neville would know the situation was up and he'd be like, okay, it's me. You're gonna eat me. And Hermione knows every spell and charm and everything in the book to get away from you and turn things on and go after you. So, I'm sorry, Neville, I really, really love you. But since Neville's the answer to the question, he gets to stay in the jar of names. I wouldn't eat Hermione, so she's out of the names. All right, question 6. You're the next DC or Marvel superhero. Who is your sidekick? And we have Albus Dumbledore or Ginny Weasley. Would Dumbledore be a good sidekick? I think he would, because he lets Harry do a lot of stuff instead of just trying to run over and do things himself. I also think Ginny would be a good sidekick because she's so supportive. But I guess I'm going to have to go with Dumbledore just because he knows more. I'm sorry, Ginny. I love you too. I love a lot of these characters. I definitely don't love Peter Pettigrew, and there are a few bad guy characters in there that I really don't love, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, question 7. You're the manager of an avocado admiring company, and you have to fire someone for the lack of communication skills. Lord Voldemort or Moaning Myrtle? Oh, these two would be horrible employees. Voldemort would be trying to do everything his own way, and he'd go around killing people just because he felt like it. And I feel like he would hate working for an avocado admiring company because you'd have to admire something that is good for you, because avocados are good for you. So I would fire Lord Voldemort. Moaning Myrtle I would keep around, but because I would fire Voldemort, his name still stays in the thing, and I don't like how that does that, but yeah. If you're doing this tag and you want to make it so that the person you'd fire is the one that gets kicked out of the pool of names, go for it. I am just playing with this, and it's a new tag, and who knows if anyone will ever do this tag other than me, so here we go. Alright, question 8. You've just finished reading a book in which your favorite character dies. Which character is likely to comfort you? Rita Skeeter or Dolores Umbridge? Both of these would be horrible at this. I think Rita would be more likely, though, because she tries to at least pretend like she has compassion for people. Dolores Umbridge is just condescension and fake rules. My phone's ringing in the other room. I'm just going to let that go to voicemail, and I will call them back in a minute. All right, next question. Ugh, it's high school. Who would most likely be part of the popular clique? Gilderoy Lockhart or Fred and George Weasley? I feel like it would be Fred and George because Lockhart is so full of himself that he'd want to be the popular guy, but I think he's too far over the top because, you know, there are those popular guys that are very self-assured, but I think he's way so far over the top that people would be like, ugh, disgusting, it's Gilderoy coming down the hallway, get away from him. Okay, number 10. The day has arrived, you're finally a year older. Who would have the nerve to forget your birthday? Rubeus Hagrid or Luna Lovegood? I think Luna would be more likely to forget because she's Luna and she's kind of spacey. Hagrid would not forget, and he would make you a lovely cake. Maybe it wouldn't be lovely to look at, but I'm sure it would be lovely to eat. Number 11. You've just found an upcoming booktube star. Who would it most likely be? Minerva McGonagall or Mr. Ollivander? I feel like Mr. Ollivander could have a good channel about wands. I think McGonagall could have a great channel about transfiguration. She is definitely the most powerful female witch of her time, and so I would say she would be a good booktuber because I'm sure she has read a lot. I don't know if Mr. Ollivander has read a whole lot. I'm sure he has to for his wand job, but, you know, I'm just going with McGonagall. All right. Sleepover time. Unfortunately, you can only invite one person. Who will it be? Fleur Delacour or Sirius Black? I think Fleur would be more fun in a sleepover because Sirius, well, he'd probably be either on the run from something or want to go playing pranks and practical jokes. on people, and that doesn't sound like fun for me for a sleepover, so we're going with Fleur. I feel like a bunch of my favorite characters are getting kicked out. All right, question 13. This is a weird one. Bam, you're pregnant. Who is the father or mother? Ron Weasley or Harry Potter? This feels really weird because these characters are teenagers in the books, and I have never read the books as a teenager, so I was never their age as I read them. But if I have to pick one of those two, I would pick Ron because he is hilarious, and I think he would be a dad that would be down on the floor playing with kids, and plus he's my favorite character, so Ron it is. Question 14. You've just written a super important text. Who would see it but not reply? Cornelius Fudge or Mad Eye Moody? Fudge would definitely, I don't know, he would reply if it was something important to him. Moody, I don't know. I kind of am leaning more toward Moody because he is just grouchy and he might go, heck with you, I'm not dealing with that. I've got more important stuff to do. I've got Death Eaters to track down, you know? Not that Fudge doesn't have important stuff to do, but he's a politician. He's trying to win votes, probably. All right, question 15. This is the last of the original questions. You've just woken up and it's time for breakfast. Your mom has been replaced by who? Severus Snape or James Potter? Yikes. I'm going to have to go with James Potter because I know he's a good parent. And Severus Snape doesn't have experience as a parent. I know that he has experience working with and protecting kids because he's a teacher and he protects characters and that kind of stuff, but he also is pals with Lord Voldemort, and yeah, I don't want that for a parenting role in my life. All right, moving on to my questions, which are much more Harry Potter centric. You have been arrested for stealing chocolate frogs and you get one phone call. Who do you call? Percy Weasley or Victor Crumb? I think I would call Percy because even though he's kind of a spoil sport and very into moving up the ladder for himself, and that he's also got connections. And he might be able to get me out of some distress. All right, so the winning names from the first round have been put back in the jar, and we'll just keep continuing with that cycle. So question 17. You get a dog, I can't read my own handwriting. You get a day off in Hogsmeade and can invite a friend. Which character would be the most fun to hang out with? Albus Dumbledore or Remus Lupin? The most fun, I think, would be Remus because Dumbledore, he's more serious than Remus. I think Remus is very, what's the word I'm thinking of? I feel like he's more lighthearted than Dumbledore is. Although Dumbledore does have that thing where he likes to knit and he makes jokes about Bertie Bott's every flavor beans and yeah, I don't know. But I'm just picking Remus because I can't let this video last forever and I'm such a Ravenclaw. I will overthink everything if I let myself. So we're just moving on. All right, question 18. Someone has framed Peeves for disrupting the Hogwarts kitchen. Which character was it? Ron Weasley or Neville Longbottom? Ron. Ron is always breaking the rules, and Neville, he's a good kid. All right, question 19. Fred and George have hired a new manager at Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Which character is it? Luna Lovegood or Fred and George Weasley? So they might hire themselves. Or I can't see them hiring Luna though because I just don't know that she would be a great manager for that type of shop. Maybe a mystical potions kind of shop or something like that she'd be fantastic in. But for a prank shop, I think Luna would look at the people who were buying pranks like, really? You're weird. All right, moving on. Question 20. In addition to Harry, Dumbledore has been sharing secrets about the Horcruxes with one other person. Who is it? Lord Voldemort or Fleur Delacour? That's an easy question because Dumbledore would definitely not share secrets with Voldemort. He's completely untrustworthy, plus Horcruxes are about destroying Lord Voldemort. Oh, I just realized Horcruxes might be a bit of a spoilery thing. I don't know. I'm sorry. If you are watching this video and you haven't watched Harry Potter, you gotta know that something might come up, but, I mean, that's not a... Oh. Moving on. So, we're going with Fleur Delacour. She is going to be trustworthy to Dumbledore. Alright, 21. It's your first year at Hogwarts and you've just been sorted into your house. Which character will befriend you? Tonks or Percy Weasley? Tonks would definitely befriend you. Percy would be like, get out of my way, I'm a prefect. Or head boy, or whatever snooty position he's in at the moment. Alright, owl exams are coming up and you need a study buddy. Who is it? James Potter or Lily Potter? Definitely Lily. James is going to be too busy running around with the rest of the Marauders, causing trouble and bullying Snape. Alright, Gilderoy Lockhart needs someone to pose with him on the cover of which weekly? Who would he choose? Minerva McGonagall or Rita Skeeter? I feel like he would pick McGonagall because she's not much of an attention hog, and Rita Skeeter, I don't know if she's really an attention hog either, but she's definitely like about inserting herself into situations, and Lockhart would want to be next to someone who would not be pushy in that way, and McGonagall would probably mouth off to him and tell him to shut the heck up and just let's get the picture taken, but I think she would be a better bet for him than Rita Skeeter. Alright. You're studying the Marauders map. Who do you see sneaking around in the middle of the night? Mad-Eye Moody or Cedric Diggory? Mad-Eye Moody would be sneaking around. I don't think Cedric would be sneaking around unless he was trying to figure something out really important that needed to be done, like the thing that he's trying to figure out in the 4th book. See, I censored myself. Okay. We're getting close. Now, if you're wondering, there are 30 questions, and we just answered 24, so we've got 6 more questions left. 25. The Triwizard Tournament is here. Which character is most likely to be chosen to represent their school? Fleur Delacour or Ron Weasley? Okay. Fleur Delacour is there at Hogwarts for this specific tournament. Ron... I feel like Ron could be chosen, though. Is it just because I love Ron so much that I want him to be chosen? I'm going to say Ron anyway, just for fun, because I don't want to go strictly with exactly what happens in the book all the time. Okay, number 26. You are with Harry and the gang in Book 5 at the Ministry of Magic. You see a prophecy about a character that suggests they will have a life full of wondrous glory. Fame, glory, money, all that stuff. Which is more likely? Remus Lupin or Tonks? Well, these guys are married. So whoever I pick, they're gonna be sharing in that good stuff because they're married. I want to say Remus because I just love him very much, and he goes way out of the way for the people that he cares about, and I feel like he would do something fantastic to earn that glory. Alright, next question. Your Quidditch team needs a new beater. Which character would you pick? Now remember, beaters are the ones that have to beat off the bludgers that are flying around trying to hit people, and so we need someone tough. Mad-Eye Moody or Minerva McGonagall? I feel like the most logical answer here would be Mad-Eye Moody because he's a man and he's grouchy and he's big and tough and blah blah blah. But I'm going to go with McGonagall because I think that she's also very tough and a fighter, and she is, you know, she's got something. I don't know if she has something to prove or if she just is very secure in the fact that she can do whatever the crap she wants. And so if she needs to be a beater on the Quidditch team, she's going to do it. All right. Question 28. You're hunting down Horcruxes and could use a hand. Which character would you ask for help? Fred and George Weasley or Lily Potter? I feel like I want to go with Fred and George on this one because they would be extra help because there's two of them, and they'd be very entertaining company while you're hunting those Horcruxes down. And I just feel like you need a little bit of levity in your life because hunting Horcruxes is not a pleasant business. Okay, we are getting so close. It's Christmas at Hogwarts. Which character gives you the most thoughtful gift? Ron Weasley or Remus Lupin? I think Remus would definitely give you the most thoughtful gift. Ron, I love you, my dear Ron, but I kind of think he would try to be very thoughtful. I just feel like maybe he wouldn't be quite as thoughtful as Remus would. No judgment there, Ron. You know you're still my favorite. All right. Question 30. You're on the run from Moldy Voldy. The only way to keep yourself safe is with a secret keeper. Which character do you trust? Fred and George Weasley or Minerva McGonagall? Definitely McGonagall. Again, Fred and George, love you guys, but you're silly. And I think McGonagall is just going to be more able to hold on to that secret. All right, so we're down to our two final names. So I just have to look at these names and decide who do I feel like is the greatest witch or wizard of all time. And so we have Remus Lupin and Minerva McGonagall. I think I'm going to have to give it to McGonagall on this one. Remus, he's utterly fantastic. But I think McGonagall, I mean, as I said before, she's one of the most gifted witches of her age, maybe the most gifted, and I think it does say in the book she is the most gifted, or the most powerful, or something like that. Anyway, she's just fantastic, and I don't know that she always gets the credit that she's due, so yay girl power, go Professor McGonagall. Alright, so that has been my Harry Potter version of You're Not Good Enough tag, and if you want to do this tag, go for it. I'm just going to tag everybody that wants to do it. I think who really should do this tag, though, would be G from Book Roast, so I'm going to see if I can let her know that she's tagged and see if she'll do it, but if no one else ever does this tag, at least I've had some fun and some good laughs, and yeah, definitely not getting my rose to Peter Pettigrew. So, as always, I hope you're having a wonderful and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.